We cooked up a dream phone for ISHOWSPEED, and it's easily one of the most insane phones we've ever come up with. We consulted the experts to go through all the features, show you the real cost and what it would look like. We got real weird with this one. And stay tuned for an exclusive update from the Nothing team at the end. ISHOWSPEED is currently one of the biggest content creators on the planet. A prolific streamer, a remarkable athlete, and a part-time politician.
You are now the ambassador.
I'm the ambassador of Peru now? Really?
Yeah.
As an IRL streamer, his lifestyle can be tough on tech. He may be an empath, but his streams lack some technological sympathy, with his phone being subject to impacts, harsh environments, and the odd explosion. We set out to design the ultimate powerhouse for a streamer, and we came up with 3 essential features to help make his life easier, starting with 3 screens. Weirdly enough, Speed is one of the rare people that actually needs a folding phone. He uses both screens to monitor Twitch and YouTube chats simultaneously. And given how much he likes watching anime, we thought we'd give him a big screen for the full experience. Foldables have come a long way in the past few years, with Huawei releasing the XT Ultimate last year. There is one big downside to this though, as my buddy Zach points out in his durability test.
I can tap the handle against the exposed bin.
The outside fold presents a significant weak point if you drop it. We made Zach's dream phone too, watch it after this one. So we need to find a solution, but I'll get to that later. Modularity has always been a desire for smartphones, from the original phone blocks concept that went viral over a decade ago, to the subsequent failed Project Ara by Google. We feel the strongest execution of this was the Moto mod accessories for the Moto Z. Unfortunately, these failed because the mass market appeal just wasn't there at the time. That being said, this is a bespoke device for Speed, so that shouldn't be an issue here. Plus, we just want to take a crack at it. This is where the third screen comes in. We want to add a layer of modularity and make it detachable so it can be used as its own standalone device. With its connectivity capabilities, which we'll get to soon, this breakaway section can be used as its own streaming camera, which brings us to our bonus feature, the detachable lens. On the back, we've added a magnetic ring so you can mount a separate lens inspired by this Xiaomi concept from earlier this year. This will elevate Speed's dream device from a fancy phone to a properly bespoke streaming toolkit. This breakaway section is a lot more complicated than you might think though, with each device needing its own storage, battery and processor. That's the most expensive part. We considered having some kind of wireless tether to the main device, but that runs the risk of latency and some distance limitations, and to be honest, that's just not good enough for Speed's dream phone. This has some advantages too. Since the screen doesn't need to fold, it could be made of super strong sapphire crystal rather than the soft polymer of the folding screen, even though that costs $100. We decided to throw in a privacy screen protector too. We'd hate for that big display to be a source of controversy.
What do you want, brother?
No, I'm sorry. I swear to God. No, I'm sorry.
Why are you calling me?
No, I swear on my life.
All this crazy tech costs money though. Hinges, lenses, modular connectivity. It's pricey. Hinges alone can cost $100 to produce, and this phone has 2 of them, so that's already $200 to the pot. Also, the folding screen itself is another $100, alongside 2 top-spec processors at $200 a piece. We're already running at a total of $700. As always, we'll cover the full breakdown at the end. More importantly though, that means that when unified, this phone boasts 2 Snapdragon 8 Elite processors, 3 batteries, the best camera a smartphone can have, and a huge foldable display. For those of you that watch Speed though, this might be sounding a touch fragile. Well, worry not, we thought about that too. This thing needs to be built like a tank. But let's take this one step further. What about fire? Mr. Who's the Boss, we made a dream phone for him too. Anyway, he made a short a couple years ago, fireproofing a phone by cutting up a document protector and sticking it to the back, which got us thinking, could we use a material like that to protect Speed's dream phone from any future firework related antics? We considered using 3 materials, glass fibre, carbon fibre and Kevlar, but they've all got their own funny little quirks. Carbon is super strong, but can be brittle and conducts electricity. Glass fibre is strong and cheap, but much heavier than the other 2, which leaves us with one option, Kevlar. The main weakness of any of them though is likely to be the matrix. No, not that kind of matrix. This refers to the glue that holds the fibre layers together. This is usually an epoxy layer that the fibres are embedded in, but with a heat-resistant epoxy, this phone should be strong enough to endure limited exposure. But what about that pesky weak point I mentioned earlier? As we're detaching the front segment, that break in the screen becomes a bezel, so it doesn't need to loop around the outside. Then that second hinge is just like a normal folding phone, keeping all that sand and nice and cozy on the inside. Ooh, aren't you nice and cozy, boys? And on that topic, armour. With the kind of stunts that Speed attempts on his stream, it would suck tremendously if his phone couldn't survive a few knocks or a drop to the floor, so we've reinforced the corners with TPE, or thermoplastic elastomer.
Elastomer.
Basically, a softer plastic that helps absorb impacts. This stuff's used everywhere from medical devices to military equipment, so it's sure to do the job. Given that money is no object, we splash